From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Fighting photo enforcement, new measures in the legislature look to reduce the effect of automated traffic cameras on Arizona roads.
White House support. Lawmakers in Washington proposed a new budget to fund overdose prevention efforts around the country. Hear what officials had to say about this multi-million-dollar plan.
And neighborhood nuisance. Plans for a marijuana growing facility are underway, but one small business owner is fighting back against the building he thinks is bad for the community.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Ryan Hill.
And I'm Brittany Vade. Thanks for joining us. The controversial topic of photo radar is once again center stage at the Arizona legislature. 3 bills are now under consideration at the Capitol, and each would mean big changes. Cronkite News reporter Taya Vitek talked to one of the sponsors and joins us live to break the bills down.
Opponents of photo enforcement at the state legislature call into question the cost, process, and even the constitutionality of the practice.
The people of Paradise Valley have lived with the red light cameras and photo radar longer than anyone else in the country. According to the town, it was the first to install the systems back in the mid-'80s. But State Senator Kelly Ward believes photo enforcement systems violate a citizen's right to privacy.
I think photo radar is unconstitutional. I think that it's tracking people who are innocent while trying to catch people who are breaking the law.
That's why she's sponsoring a bill that would eliminate the systems statewide. She's also skeptical of claims that the systems promote safe driving.
I think that there are studies out there that show red light cameras, especially in intersections, actually make those intersections less safe than they would be without it, especially if that yellow light is a little shorter than people might expect.
Ward's Senate bill designed to get rid of photo radar is one of 3 before lawmakers. House Bill 2221 would make it so failing to appear in court for a photo radar violation would not result in a suspended license. And HB 2564 would require that uniformed officers operate the devices at the scene instead of automated systems and contract workers. Senator Ward says eliminating the systems altogether makes the most sense of all.
If we already have law enforcement officials that are available to man cameras, I think they could just be on the streets patrolling and catching people who are doing things wrong.
Senator Ward's bill has already passed committee. We'll continue to track its progress as well as other bills in the weeks ahead. Live in downtown Phoenix, Taya Vitek, Cronkite News.
According to new numbers by the Department of Public Safety, highways are safer than they were a decade ago. The Highway Patrol Division says fatal collisions are down nearly 49%. Last year, the number of fatalities was 202. In 2006, the number was 402. DPS says the lower numbers are thanks to Highway Patrol officers enforcing seatbelt laws and arresting impaired drivers.
The highways may become even more safe as a texting while driving bill moves on to more committees. Senate Bill 1102 would only ban writing text messages, not reading them. This allows drivers to still dial numbers and use GPS navigation devices. State Senator John Kavanaugh said the bill would never become law if it banned reading text because legislation like this has always failed getting to the governor's desk. If passed, Arizona would join 44 other states with texting laws in place.
Teen drivers spend hours at the DMV to test for their driver's license. A reintroduced waiver can eliminate some of the wait time for those licenses. Cronkite News reporter Katrina Arroyo spoke with a teen who will use this waiver in the next few months.
Watch her wheels.
For Tabor Bolender, going to a private driving school wasn't her first choice, but she's glad she listened to her parents.
I was definitely really resistant, and I felt like it would just be more of a waste of time because it is time consuming, but I feel like this is the stuff that we should be taking and spending our time on.
Her hours spent in driving school will allow her to be eligible for a waiver to skip the written and physical driving portion of the exam at the DMV. In order to receive this waiver, drivers must attend driving school and sit through 30 hours of classroom training and 10 hours of physical road training. This waiver will be used by many teens, but they are not the only ones who are eligible to receive one.
Adults can utilize this waiver. It's whoever wants to attend one of these private driving schools that have contracted with us. and once they complete the course, the classroom course, they'll get a certificate.
The benefits of the waiver include cutting the time spent at the DMV almost in half.
It'll be nice to skip the DMV, definitely. I spent, I'd like to say 6 hours getting my permit there, so that'll definitely be nice. But
while teens continue to receive driving school training, their waiver isn't a guarantee.
The MVD is still going to randomly test some students coming from driving schools for quality control.
Every month, 30 randomly selected students will have to go through the entire MVD testing process to earn their license. But for other students, they can use their waiver, get their license, and start driving immediately. In Phoenix, I'm Katrina Arroyos, Cronkite News.
Only 30 driving schools in the state are contracted with the Arizona Department of Transportation to utilize this waiver. You can find the list of the approved schools on azdot.gov.
Many ride-sharing companies are beginning to use a method known as surge pricing. Ryan Hale gives us a deeper look into this method.
Thanks, Brittany. With ride-sharing companies such as Uber and Lyft becoming more popular here in the Valley, their price per ride changes during periods of high demand. That's called surge pricing.
The demand is so high, they can charge whatever they want.
Cody Woody is just one of many people who has been affected by surge pricing, a method that is commonly used in rideshare companies such as Uber and Lyft.
These companies will raise their fares commensurately to much higher than they would be under conditions when there's less demand.
The companies say the higher fares encourage more drivers to pick up fares, like on New Year's Eve or for big events like the Super Bowl and spring training.
So called an Uber driver, and they were immediate, there was a ton in the area, but they had like a 200%, surge price.
Total Transit, an Arizona-based company known for its discount cabs, recently added a ride-sharing service to its company last October. In a press release sent out earlier this year, Total Transit promised its customers that it would not be surging its prices through the end of spring training here in the Valley.
We certainly do not prescribe to a whatever the market will bear type of pricing mentality. If you're stranded in the middle of a snowstorm in New York, you're a lot more willing to pay 5 or 6 times the price. The unfortunate thing is my costs aren't 5 or 6 times the cost.
Total Transit may be steering clear of surge pricing right now, but they may have some other challenges ahead of them.
The challenge for them is they wouldn't want to be that second company that people only use during the baseball spring training or other conditions of high demand.
If ride-sharing companies continue to follow the trend of surge pricing, some people think that this will hurt those companies in the long run.
I think you're going to have some pretty angry customers, and people are going to slowly go away from Ubers and Lyft if it's going to continue, with that trend, and not really any improvements.
Michael Pinkert, the president of Total Transit, says that they do anticipate having to regulate supply and demand in the future. But as of now, surge pricing will not be the method they choose to use. Live in the broadcast center, Ryan Hale, Cronkite News.
Special license plates are getting a design overhaul to create a new uniform format. The proposed design will have 3 inches of real estate off to the right to customize the design. The state senator Steve Farley compared this to the current one, which he says is difficult to identify with Arizona. If passed, license plates already on the road won't be affected, only the new ones. The bill, SB 1106, passed a Senate committee and is on its way to the House.
In an effort to brighten up the streets at night, Mayor Greg Stanton wants to put LED bulbs in all 90,000 of Phoenix's street lights. This change would cut energy use by 60%, and the lights won't need replacing as often, lasting years longer than traditional lights. Councilman Bill Gates estimates this will save the city $2.8 million a year. A plan to seek bids for the lights has been approved.
Adding another mandatory requirement for Arizona students may sound daunting, but that's exactly what members of the American Heart Association called for today at the Capitol. Cronkite News reporter Angeli Meehan takes us to the Senate lawn and a push for life-saving legislation.
Last year, about 13 other states did pass similar legislation, so I'm hoping this is the year that third time's the charm.
Dozens of people gathered at the state capitol this morning to encourage lawmakers to finally pass HB 2594 and SB 1411. The bills would require all Arizona students to learn hands-only CPR before going on to high school. For Shelley Wenhold, the battle is personal. Her 10-year-old son collapsed in his PE class due to cardiac arrest. She feels his life could have been saved had any bystanders been CPR trained.
We know that if a person is exposed to CPR at any point in their life, they're 70% more likely to actually try to do something if they see somebody collapse.
ASU professor Adriana Perez teaches future nurses. She believes 7th and 8th grade is the perfect age to learn CPR training.
So it's not only a great skill to have, but it is at a great age where kids can do something in their community to help save lives.
Good hearts dedicated to saving more hearts. In Phoenix, Angela Meehan, Cronkite News.
According to the American Heart Association, sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death. In Arizona, more than 5,000 people are affected each year.
The U.S. Health and Human Services Department released the statewide numbers of health insurance enrollment for this year. The figures show that nearly 55,000 more Arizonans signed up for insurance this year than last, totaling to about 174,000 participants. And the department also broke down the numbers on a city level. This year, nearly 120,000 people signed up in Phoenix, compared to about 27,000 people in Tucson.
Declining oil prices may be good for consumers, but for energy companies that want to expand pipelines, it may be bad. Houston-based Kinder Morgan Incorporated is stopping its almost $1 billion plan to expand a new carbon dioxide pipeline between eastern Arizona and central New Mexico. The pipeline would help deliver carbon dioxide to recover oil, but the company's reevaluated its timing with the decline in oil prices. Heroin has a dangerous hold on Arizona.
Now the White House is stepping in to help. Ahead, hear how millions of dollars to support recovering addicts will be put to use across the country.
And with the situation in the Ukraine reaching new lows, hear what John McCain wants to do to help Ukraine deal with Russian separatists.
This winter, we'll take you to the heart of Downton.
You have to take control of your feelings before they take control of you.
Thomas. We'll place you at the scene of the crime.
Trouble seeks you out, doesn't it? Yes.
And we'll fly you to the ends of the earth.
Are you seeing this?
Support the one place that can take you any place.
Hi, I'm Beth McDonald, host of 8's brand new show, Arizona Collectibles. Filming for season 2 is right around the corner. For your chance to be a guest on the show, visit us online at azpbs.org/collectibles.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Make sure to sign up early because spots fill up fast. I look forward to meeting you and seeing your treasures. Until then, thanks for watching. Thursday nights at 7:30 on 8 HD.
News doesn't stop on Friday at 7:30 at night. PBS NewsHour Weekend is kind of a natural next step. The NewsHour's been committed to being available on air or online, and now weekdays or weekends. There's no shortage of news that's out there, but why do people come to us? To give them some context and analysis that they can't find somewhere else.
PBS NewsHour Weekend, only on PBS. Check local listings.
An Arizona House bill to provide first responders rights to administer a drug to treat heroin overdoses has passed the House and Human Service Committee. Meanwhile, the White House is tackling heroin and prescription drug addiction in its 2016 budget. Cronkite News reporter Sarah Donnell learned more about this new funding in Washington and joins us live. Sarah?
President Barack Obama's fiscal 2016 budget is adding $133 million for prevention and recovery efforts for heroin and prescription drugs. The White House announced this in a conference call today, and the acting director of the Office of National Drug Control Policy called it a way to improve the standard of care nationwide. The money will go to improving prescription drug monitoring programs. 10 states will also receive grants to purchase naloxone, a medication that reverses opioid overdoses. Funding will also go to training responders, education, and overdose prevention strategies. In addition to preventative measures, SAMHSA Administrator Pamela Hyde says additional help is an important part of fighting heroin and prescription drug addiction. She said, just providing medication alone is probably not sufficient. There actually needs to be set counseling and court services, as well for individuals with opioid addiction who need more intensive services. The money comes as overdoses in Arizona are rising. In 2013, 561 heroin overdoses were reported, compared with 277 in 2009. For more information on heroin addiction in Arizona, check out hookedaz.cronkitenewsonline.com. Live from the nation's capital, I'm Sarah Donnell, Cronkite News.
Senator John McCain led a bipartisan group of lawmakers today in Washington. McCain voiced his support for the U.S. sending military aid to Ukraine. The U.S. has only provided non-lethal support so far, like humanitarian aid and intelligence. McCain and the other senators say NATO allies should stand together with Ukraine and against Russian aggression. Russian officials deny that they're helping separatists, but McCain says Russia needs to take responsibility and leave Ukrainian territory.
Vladimir Putin can only hide the truth for so long, and the truth, more than any sanction, will vindicate the fundamental principle that every sovereign nation has the right to defend itself.
McCain says the Ukrainian army won't be able to beat Russian forces, but with better weapons, they can make the war too expensive for Russia. McCain says he doesn't yet know how much money it would cost the U.S. A new medical marijuana clinic wants to set up shop in one Phoenix neighborhood.
The residents we talked to are not happy. Coming up, we get the homeowners and the city's take on the future facility. You're watching Cronkite News, now airing on 8 HD.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning, that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, thrive.asu.edu.
For veterans, coming back to civilian life brings new challenges, new opportunities, and new stories of remarkable courage and accomplishment. Sharing their stories can help communities understand the veteran experience, and through Arizona Veterans Coming Home, 8 connects veterans and their families to resources and services for a successful transition to civilian life. Explore some of the best resources and opportunities for veterans at azpbs.org/veterans. Arizona Veterans Coming Home, connecting Arizona's veterans to the right resources at the right time. Watch sneak previews of what's coming soon to 8. Go to azpbs.org/previews today. Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University, delivers new ideas and new worlds to the explorer in you.
A medical marijuana growing operation recently approved by the city of Phoenix is causing strong opposition from neighbors in the area. But it may be too little, too late. Cronkite News reporter Jamie Warren spoke with some of the dozens of community members who gathered at an appeals meeting this afternoon. Jamie?
The community members I spoke with today say they aren't opposed to medical marijuana. They just don't want 20 acres of it growing within 1,000 feet of their backyards.
Mike McCreary is the owner of 3G Construction in North Phoenix, where he and some of his neighbors now fear for the livelihood of their community.
They're fearful of reduced property values. They're fearful of deterioration of the neighborhood. They're fearful of odors.
The reason?
It would be tough.
The city of Phoenix has approved construction of a medical marijuana growing operation less than 1,000 feet from a neighborhood. Mike's business shares the property line with the facility.
The city and state ordinance says that these types of facilities cannot be within 1,000 feet of a residential zoning district.
Neighbors say they were never notified about the proposal, and now that it passed, they aren't happy.
Obviously, it was disappointing that it passed through the city without people having the opportunity to be informed.
Dozens of opponents showed up today to protest the decision at the city's Board of Adjustments meeting, but Christopher DePero, representing the city's Planning and Development Department, told the board both the company and city have followed proper procedure.
All of the notice that the city requires, that all notice was provided. It is possible that there were people not registered that didn't receive notice, but we can only provide the list that the city has on record.
Move it somewhere else where you're not so close to homes. There's a bunch of homes, even schools. We just say, put it somewhere else.
Now, city representatives say one reason they allowed the variance from the 1,000-foot rule is because the facility would be across from the CAP canal from the residential neighborhood. Now, despite the loud opposition today, the board upheld the previous decision, and construction of the marijuana growing operation will continue. Opponents tell Cronkite News they now plan to take their efforts to the courts. Live in the broadcast center, Jamie Warren, Cronkite News.
It's looking like the cooler temps are on their way out. Angeline Meehan has your valley forecast and how hot it will be this week.
This morning you may have needed a light jacket, but you can set that aside now and take out those sunglasses because it is warm and sunny out there. We have this ridge of high pressure just going over the state, and that's causing temperatures to heat up. Right now in Phoenix it's 80 degrees. Winds are at a low 3 miles per hour and no rainfall. Quite the opposite of what we saw last week. If we take a look at the rest of the state, it is also heating up. We have Mesa at 77 degrees, and over there on the West Valley, Goodyear's looking at 79 degrees. If we take a look at the rest of the state's heating up as well. We have the high country up in the 60s, Winslow 68, Grand Canyon 63, and Yuma is really feeling the heat down there at 83 degrees. And this weekend you can expect even more sun and warmer temperatures. It's going to heat up, and we're going to see mostly clear skies, so it's the perfect time to go out hiking or sit down by the pool. And if we take a look at tonight's forecast, it's going to dip down slightly to 56 degrees, partly cloudy, and then we can look forward to a nice warm weekend, as Friday will be at 78 degrees, Saturday 80 degrees, and we're going to hit 88 degrees on Monday. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Angeline Meehan.
Coming up on Cronkite News, more than just tacos and tamales.
One Valley restaurant is proving a national trend.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning, that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, thrive.asu.edu.
Should I believe in the world, Mama? I think so. Should I give up and hide, or should I stay and fight? Should I believe in the rules, Mama?
What are the consequences?
Can I speak out my mind in these changing times? I don't know what to believe, Mama. Will you march with us? There's a fire inside, there's a storm on the rise. Give me a reason to be, Mama.
Buonasera.
'Cause I need someone to believe.
The world is more complicated than it's ever been.
The NewsHour is always going to take you deeper and take you broader.
And that is worth fighting for.
Night after night, 7 days a week.
I'm Maria Hinojosa.
I'm Gwen Eiffel. And I'm Judy Woodruff.
On behalf of all of us here, thanks for watching.
Cronkite News is proud to join the Arizona PBS News block here on 8HD.
Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon. We'll take a closer look at Apple's planned new data center in Mesa, and we'll hear about how drones and other technology are raising privacy concerns. That's next on Arizona Horizon.
I'm Gwen Eiffel on the next NewsHour. What the viral video sensation Gangnam Style can tell us about the stock market.
The National Restaurant Association recently ranked Arizona #1 in the country for sales growth. To see that trend in action, Cronkite News reporter Ariel Rose sat down with the owner of a Chandler restaurant who has big plans to expand.
Customers come in and out of Espo's restaurant.
$2.69, please.
But it wasn't like this just a few months ago. Owner Leon Espinosa was forced to close down due to issues with the lease. Now the business is not just thriving, his family-owned restaurant could soon be expanding.
We have some spots looked at already. We only have plans for 4 Espos, and that's covering each section of the valley, the east side, north side, the west side, and then here.
His customers are already on board with the idea.
I live out in Gilbert, and so coming here is quite the drive, but it's worth it. But it'd be nice to have other locations to go to.
I think that'd be great. I mean, it's a really good restaurant. I think they'll probably do well. I mean, like most of the time that I come in here, there seems to always be like packed with customers and stuff.
And Espo's plans for growth are part of a bigger trend. The National Restaurant Association believes that the nation's restaurant growth will be carried by Arizona. But Espinosa's only concern is to not develop too many.
There'll only be about 4 or 5 other Espos. I think that's enough.
In Chandler, and maybe soon in other locations, Ariel Rose, Cronkite News.
Espinosa hopes to add a bar and entertainment to his facilities as well.
And that's it for Cronkite News tonight. Don't forget, we're always on the web. Just head over to CronkiteNewsOnline.com.
And while you're there, you can sign up for daily email updates for the latest headlines. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Top Arizona stories anytime at CronkiteNewsOnline.com.